Hello, everybody. What's happening? Snowing like a son of a bee here. Snow, 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 snow. How's everybody doing on this pre-show? Everybody on the YouTube side, everybody on the Facebook side. Let's get hyped. Let's forget what happened last week and we go forward on this week. Let's go. Let's go. We'll wait for everybody to pile in. This is a quick Quest 30. Usually it runs 40 minutes. But we'll have fun. We always have fun here, no matter what. And how's everybody's day going today as people pile in? Everybody from Texas, Colorado, St. Paul, San Diego. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I guess something from 1692 tonight we're going to be showing. I don't know if it's that boot heel piece or what Gary was holding up high over his head on that promo shot, of course, to tease us. But that's all I know was that piece of leather off the wash table that I know of. I'm not sure. Hello from Michigan. Hello from England. Hello from Oregon. Hello from Kansas. Oh my God, everybody's coming in. Hello from Southern Oregon. The snow eclipse. Yeah, it's getting crazy here where I live. We got to give our beginning shout outs. Hello from Spring Hill, Kansas. New Brunswick. I see you. You're in the house. I don't think it's digging deeper tonight. That's in February, but I'm not sure. We got to give our commander, our night commander, Renee Tunnel, gets the primary shout out in the beginning of my show. And all my night members, the few that there are, I thank every which one of you. If you guys want to go on my YouTube site and check out my membership for a lot of exclusive items, be first to know. Get with me on social media. Be first on my PMs. Give it a look. Take a look. It's not for everybody, but it's all just on the YouTube side. It's not going to affect anything that we see live on Facebook or YouTube. So I want to give my big shout out for Renee Tuttle, who's our QOOI Commander Knight. And also, out of the blue, I want to thank Barbara Steckler Perry, out of the blue, for some support today. Barbara Steckler Perry, you're the best. Coming out of the blue with support. I just love this group. These members, these people. You guys just blow me away. So Barbara, this thank you is personal from John Stemmer to you live. I thank you so much. Hi, Carol. Hi, Quinn Davison from Australia. Stuart Evans. Jadiza from northern New Mexico. Jenny. Marty. Judy and Tammy, are you in the house? Curtis Bennett's in the house. And of course, Starlene is here. Susan. Michelle. Michelle's in the house. All righty. We got our thank yous out. And also I want to thank Tammy Williams, my moderator, Jody Fortis, and our brand new rookie moderator. She's doing fine, is Michelle Travis. I thank you so much for your help as we grow on both sides of Facebook and YouTube. I thank you so much. I guess we had our birthday yesterday, Rick's birthday yesterday. I said, should I post it or should I not post it? Because I know what was going to happen. All the birthday gifts, all the birthday pictures. Small ones are all right. The big ones, I don't like them. Hi, Eugene. How are you? And we had since I posted yesterday afternoon, we had over 50,000 members to this date seeing that. You guys are just unbelievable. Hi, Gwen. How are you? You guys are just unbelievable. 50,000 of you so far. It's not even been a day yet. And pretty soon I'm going to put the phone number up. So I want you guys to call me up and chit chat like last Tuesday instead of me just mumbling around in circles, sir. Saturday, we got a couple of things going on about the final chapter on June of 1939. I'll put you to sleep again. We also got a little information from a member, Daniel Spino. I've seen this a long time ago, but I forgot about it, and he brought it up to light about in 1795. They knew there was a road under the swamp that long ago, but never did any kind of serious survey on it or archaeology on it and get in too deep. So I'll read you those articles that there was noted a road under the swamp in 1795. Well, same thing. They knew everything in Smith's Cove instead of a couple of dry docks. That was all known. But we just wanted to get the dates with the wood. You know what I mean? We got to get the dates. And something with 1492, we'll bring up some of those pictures for tonight. And we'll go from there. All right, guys? All right, this is the article that will be shown Saturday night. This is the June 1939 and last chapter. And then the week after that Saturday, we'll try to pull in all the important facts and compare them from 1939 to 2020. And I guess you guys can hear me okay and see me okay. I forgot to ask you. Hi, Stu. How are you? So that's the final chapter to put you to sleep. Yup, Jazz. We've been getting snow all week long. So this is the final chapter I'll be reading to you. And like I said, we'll go over how they knew the road was there in 1795. And what do you guys think of my QQQ? Hello, Betty. How are you? My QQQ, Quest Quiz Questions on History. I have a lot of questions on history. I have the answers. I'll be giving out, we'll do a couple of questions per Saturday night. You'll earn points. Some questions will be like 5 points, 2 points. Maybe hard questions will be 50 points. It's going to be on the honor system. You guys keep track of your points. And when you total 5,000 points, I will send you free a Quest member mug from our group. If you're a paid member on my YouTube channel for either $1.25 a week or the highest, you will automatically start out with 150 points. So those people have a head start on you from 150 points, not unless you want to join and get that head start. That's up to you. Of course, you'll have only 5 seconds to answer it, and the first person to answer it correctly will be the winner for that one question. We got to see how it goes. If there's a big delay, Tammy will be helping me. Michelle will be helping me to make sure there's not a big delay with the question and who pops in chat saying the correct answer. Do you guys like that? Let me know. Hi, Michelle, Marty, Judy, Cindy. Judy says, hi, Chris. The chat's going by kind of quick. Stu, you like that idea? We're calling it the QQQ. Quest Quiz Questions. So say maybe we'll do, I don't know, see how it goes. 6 questions. They're all worth all kinds of crazy points. And you can get a free mug. No matter where you live in the world, you get a free membership mug from me once we accumulate 5,000 points. So on the point system. So who knows? I might do a hard question and make it 75 points for the answer. But the easy questions, there might be just 1 point. Who's buried in Grant's tomb? Well, I can't make that 50 points. That'll be like 1 point. You know what I mean? So we'll have fun with it. And if it doesn't fly over, well, then I just won't do it. So we'll see how it goes. Just something for us to do in between getting updates on Oak Island, just getting a little bit off of Oak Island a little bit, and doing history. It'll be for the history of the United States and the world, and maybe some questions on Oak Island too. Does only one person get points? Jenny, the person who answers the right question with the correct answer and puts it in chat first gets the points. If somebody beats them, they get another points. But if the same person's like a pro, like on Jeopardy, they can get all the points because they're answering all the questions quickly. And because I'm going to count to 5,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I don't get an answer, we throw the question out because you guys, not that I don't trust you, but Google's your friend. You could be Googling these questions. So I want only a 5-second span. It might be shorter if I don't see an answer. You understand what I'm saying? I can't say who's in chat. Hi, Jeff. There's Sand Dollars in the house. Yeah, me too. But alrighty. So you think that's a good idea to do? Well, towards the end of the chat or in the middle of the chat on Saturday night. I'm not going to do it in the beginning because we're going to do all Oak Island, 90% of it. Or maybe like on a Friday night or something, we might just do a QQQ, just doing history, almost like a game show. We might get that far in doing that also if we have a bunch of fun, okay? Alrighty. Okay, Wanda. Alrighty, let me look for some pictures here. For some reason, sometimes they just disappear on me for some reason, and I have no reason why. How can they just disappear? Okay. I'm looking, guys. I'm looking. What did you think of my idea of the spike? Oh, and my guitar solo, yeah. I got to make a better one of that and make it a good theme song. I just put that together yesterday real quick. Okay, Charlene. Thank you, Judy. The top of the knob seems awful familiar, even though it's got a hole in it, but who knows if it rusted out after 300 years or something. And we'll see once they get it to Carmen. I have no idea when Carmen gets to see this stuff. I have no idea when the TV show shows us, obviously. Things that happened 3 weeks ago, we might not see until 3 months from now. I have no idea. So I found that while scouting, and people also, I think my members, when we put something out there for research, we're all over the place. And I thank you for your research also. If it's viable, I do put it up. And hope we get the right answer, right? This is like a repeat, but this is what I guess they're going to show us tonight. That stone walkway that we talked about Saturday. Hi, Kathy, Robert, Anthony. And then there's this heel or whatever you want to call it. that they're sort of pointing to 1492 found in the spoils of the money pit. But I really don't know because it might be a diversion. What they tell us and what they show us and what the editor does, they have me all crazy. What do you think, guys? Hello, Annette. Whatever that piece of leather is or whatever. You know what I mean? They think it's leather, but we'll find out in the war room later on to see what's going on. That's going to be on tonight's show. Hi, Mary Ellen. Then whatever this little mechanism is that they found in the pathway, that's going to be shown tonight. But the big thing is the heel, and it was a 64% chance between 1492 and 18. I couldn't make out the other number with a 2. So it's a 64% chance that it could be 1492, as it said on the sheet. Hello, Jeffrey Irving. When you going to pop on with me? Just comb your hair and come on. Comb your hair, Jeff, and come right up. Where'd he go? And of course, they got the little paved area all set. It's 20 by 70. You got that right, Tom. Hello, Kenny. How are you? And that's this stone walkway pathway that they found. So we'll get some information on that tonight. Hopefully, they don't bounce around too bad. Okay, Jeff, I'll hold you to it. I'll hold your feet to the fire on it. I'll keep you posted. I just like people, if they want to pop on or off, they're always welcome here. We don't have to have a schedule coming on Saturday, coming on if I'm on Tuesdays and Saturdays, I just like people popping in and out, just like you would come into a coffee shop. Hey, how you doing? Hey, sit down. Let's throw the bowl for a little bit. That's how I like it to be. That's how I like it to be. All right. Let me nope, I don't have that. Okay. This Be Live, I can't stand it no more, but hi Sharon. I had Laird's pictures. He sent us very nice close-up pictures of Smith's Cove. And you think I can find them? They just disappeared. I downloaded them. And they just no, I got them. I got them. I got them. Yup, Georgina. Hi, Lori. How are you? Barbara, I gave you a big shout out in the beginning of the live broadcast. I thank you so much for your support. Barbara, Steckler, Perry, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You don't know how much I appreciate it. Look at that picture of that concrete with them PVC pipes going through from Smith's Cove. Fantastic pictures. Right, Ashley? Weren't they fantastic? I can't make my box any smaller. You want me to pop off? but then I won't be able to talk. Once I pop off, I lose audio. And I love these pictures of Smith's Cove. Yeah. Yup, Charlene, great shots. And the U-shaped structure. Wow. The size of these pieces are a lot bigger seeing them from Laird than seeing them on the TV show. Huh, guys? What do you think? No problem, Tammy. We're here. No big deal. No pressure. Hi, Loretta. I'm going to pop off. I'm going to show you these pictures. Then I'm going to pop back on so you won't be able to hear me. Here we go. What did you think? What do you think, Tom? Yep, Maureen. I didn't put all 34 pictures on there. All the pictures are in my group page. And take a look at them if you got a shot. I just love the difference of what pictures Laird took and what the TV showed us. I mean, we're always in the drone all the time. Hey, producers. Hey, editor. Get us out of the drone and get us some walk-in pictures. Nice close pictures like Laird did. We don't want no more drone pictures. A couple from the top, but let's get some boots on the ground right there with a picture. What do you think, members? Yup, Jeffrey Irving, be safe wherever you're driving to. Right, Starlene, them timbers were huge. And these are the shots we want to see. Okay, a couple of drone shots from 500 feet up in the air. But let's get them to do some shots like this here if we can get the producers and the editors to give us something. Hi, Beth. How are you? You guys agree with me? I think so. I think we got to agree them. Yup, this gave us a completely different view from when Dan Blankenship. We get the big shot over the top, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? This is what I like. I like different things. Know what I mean, Susan? Yup, Tom they are. Chuck, yeah. Jenny says, "Where's the road?" This is in Smith's Cove. And John says, "Gives you a much better scale to size." That's for sure. Yeah, that's what we want. Yup, saw them yesterday. Amazing photos. Yeah, yeah. Hi, Cam. How are you? Even though they showed us a couple of times when they cut a piece of wood off on the end to date it, it still didn't give us this like ground view, which I like. I just like it. We need Laird to produce the show. Michelle, you got my vote. Yep, Maureen, more close-up pictures. Yep. Tom Burns, wonder if that was a seawall or a breakwater instead of a dam. Who the heck knows what this thing was? A ship dock, a building. Who the heck knows? Breakwater. They put a dock on top of it. I have no idea. I'm getting confused more and more. Maureen says, yeah, more close-up pictures. Yeah, we'll have to get Laird. We'll have to get Laird and get his camera going. We'll have to get his, or this is what, his telephone, his phone pictures? I don't know. Hi, Laura. I want to thank everybody on the YouTube side. Take a look at my paid membership. Hello, everybody on the Facebook group. Sharon, who took these pictures? That's a Laird and Niven, the archaeologist. Sharing all the pictures. I think there's, Tammy, there's like 36, or Michelle, there's 36 pictures on my group page. I only posted just a couple, just to show people live. And there's the slipway with the support beams underneath. 1, 2, 3 support beams underneath. And this is before they did the bump out of 50 feet. And then they just buried everything up when they were done. Everything's still there, just buried underneath. Okay, Tom, don't forget, everybody, this is spoiler alert tonight. Me and my group, spoiler alert after 9 p.m. Eastern Time, USA, spoiler alert tonight, tomorrow, all week. And if you don't have a VPN to watch it with us tonight, I'm so sorry to spoil it, but that's what I do since August of 2016. Sorry, guys. Yes, Tammy, that's a measuring device for the archaeologist. To go by when he takes the pictures. There's the black and white stick. Laird explaining it. I should have copied it and put it, but it's almost like putting a time stamp on the pictures. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. Yeah, Sharon, they covered everything up. Everything's buried, all back to what it will look like before they dug it up. Oh, boy. So, like I said, I got the QQQ going, the Quest questions on history of the USA and around the world. So start studying, and we'll see how it goes. Alrighty. So tonight's all about the 1492 shoe, heel, or whatever the heck we're going to find out tonight. We move forward and we go on to this episode. We don't worry about last week. Boom, boom. We go into this week going with a fresh set of eyes, a fresh set of ears, and just enjoy the show. It's a nice family show, treasure show. I know people critique it, but we're going to give them a break this year. Just give them some time because of this COVID. Some people just don't understand that. I understand it. I'm going to give them a break, and we'll see what happens in 2021, and we'll go from there. Okay, I hear you, Chuck. Sharon, did they ever follow the box drains back? Yeah, they went to the uplands. They dug a deep, deep hole there. You'll have to look back on my chat to get up to speed on that. I'm not going to tell the whole story live. Hi, Carl. Great to see you in here. All right, anybody want to give me a call and start the chat off? Because it's Hyped Tuesday, whatever you want to talk about. And we'll go from there. The phone is scrolling. It's your group. It's your format. I do this for you. So who's out there to give me a call? I don't know how many episodes are left, Alvin. Oh, hello, Ida from Israel. How are you? Well, hello, my main man, Jeffrey Irving.
How are you doing, buddy?
What's going on? What's happening? What the heck are you doing? Where are you on the road?
I am on an island in New Brunswick called Grand Banane, actually. I've been working here for a week. So.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
So I have no computer. I just have my little phone, and so I can't even watch the show. So I'm watching you. So you're going to have to fill me in tonight. So.
Jeff, doesn't that seem like what we did in 2016? We're going backwards, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, I was sitting here. Yep. I was just sitting here watching Laird's photos.
Right.
And I got thinking real quick. You know the one with the cement and the PVC pipe?
Yep.
Okay, well, PVC has been around for quite a while, right? Like, that's not, you know, we're not talking, 10 years old, right?
Right.
And you know how much destruction Dunfield did?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
So here's a thought.
All right.
Because this would be pre-Blankenship, okay?
Right.
So if you think about because he dynamited the hell out of the island, right? There's a lot of things that he did not really do by the books, because there's been a lot of government regulations about water for a long time.
Right.
So let's just say you needed to get rid of some fluids. Okay?
Fluids.
From all his fluids, from, let's say, his excavations. Because we know he dug almost 100-foot hole, right? Crater.
Right. Yep.
Right? So if he had to get rid of all that fluid that he was finding, I'm thinking he pumped it down into the ocean, but he used that platform as a way to disguise the water going back into the ocean. In other words, he just built a concrete block with the PVC in it. Then he would float it out and drop it so that it doesn't show up at low tide. And then all he's got to do is pump whatever he wants, and it'll just float into the ocean, and nobody's going to even see it mix because it's under the water.
You got it. You got it. Sneaky.
Because I cannot think of any other use for what that would be. It's not a pump station to pump seawater. You're not going to pump seawater. You might, but I can't imagine it, because you've got a freshwater source over in the swamp.
Right, in the swamp, that spring, the eye of the swamp is all eye of the swamp is all spring fed.
Yeah, so I can't see them pumping seawater to use, but at the same time, I could see them wanting to get rid of some water illegally, because back in those days, there were still laws about pumping water out into the ocean, or refuse, or whatever you want to call it. So just a thought. So
I hear you. Did you hear they said, like Marty said, well, Christopher Columbus could have been here with that heel they showed at 1492.
Yeah, I saw that somewhere. Yeah.
And I said, boom, Jeffrey Irving popped right into my head. I says, oh my God. He left his boot after he left the ark. His boot came off because he was in a hurry to get out of there. What do you think of that theory?
Yeah, exactly. I got a kiss of that. But, well, I mean, just because the leather dates to that time, I mean, I've never really been a strong pusher of Christopher Columbus digging the hole, but he certainly was in the company that I think dug the hole. Personally, I think Columbus was in cahoots with the Portuguese myself.
Right.
So, I think there was all kinds of players in that 10 years, say 92 to 02, or say 92 to 1512, 1510, before the superhighway got going. I mean, the second voyage, he had 82 ships.
Right.
So, anybody could have came up to Oak Island. So, like I said, what I said specifically on the show way back was that I thought Christopher Columbus was responsible. I didn't say he dug the hole. So whether it's his boot or any one of his partners in crime's boot, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I just loved it when I saw that. I mean, I only found out about that I think last night. So I've been scrambling a little bit to find out details, which I haven't because loose lips sink ships. So
Right.
it's not like you get any information out of anybody.
But
So,
But I heard also, I'm hearing a lot, Jeffrey, that the money pit itself. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
The money pit itself was a cave vent, and there's a cave system. They didn't dig out the money pit. It was already a cave vent. They filled in the money pit. What do you think of that?
I mean, there's quite possible. I mean, there's all kinds of caves. If you just look up Nova Scotia caves, there's all kinds of caves around. I mean, the more people look, the more we have technology, underground aquifers and just underground anything is all over the place. It's just unknown. There's all kinds of old mining that is only 150 years old, but hasn't been touched in 100 years. You know what I mean? And all that stuff is still out there. I mean, there's local mines on small islands, where I live all over the place. And, they're still active. So whether it was done 150 years ago or whether it was done, 600 years ago, the capabilities were the same. So, just because they dug down and if they hit a cavern, well, of course they're going to utilize the cavern.
Right.
So it is very possible. They could have dug sideways till they hit it. I mean, there's all kinds of different things. You got to have air, though, too, right? You've got to get air into those things. Yep. So maybe the actual hole up to the surface was, like you said, just an air vent. Could very well be. Who knows?
I know, but we're finding out more. We're finding out more and more things that a lot of this stuff that they've been finding has been in the history books of the history of Oak Island, like Fred Nolan's maps from 1975. The road under the swamp was known since 1795. I mean, they didn't do any archaeology to it. They didn't do any testing to it, but this is all known facts. Not saying what the theorists are saying, put an X there, put an X there, read this map, read that map. But the old history, Jeffrey, I'm talking to Jeffrey Irving here. He's a great friend of mine. I love him to death. I want you to know that, Jeffrey.
Oh, Johnny, you never have to explain yourself with that, brother.
But we got these articles like from things that a road ran down the center of the made part of the island from west to east, which divided lots 1 through 14 on the north side, from lots 21 to 32 on the south side. It may have been constructed. It may have been constructed at the time of the survey, or may have been existed prior to 1785.
Oh, for sure, because the distribution of land was much older than that. You know what I mean? Like this, 1795 discovery date. Listen, there's 200 years worth of history before that. Don't forget the French were here, in the early 1600s. Okay, when Sam Champlain come up this way, well, he left behind people. There's been colonization. There's just the English get all the press, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? But there was a lot of people here long before, I mean, the English were just the last ones to do all the killing, okay? And so they were the last people standing, so to speak. Nobody's taken them on since then. But history did not start in Nova Scotia at the end of the 1700s. There's 200 years worth of colonization before that. And,
right.
It's just like, down south when, the early 1600s when America started to really take shape, well, the same thing. There were still spots up here. They just weren't as big. They just weren't as well recorded. The history wasn't well recorded, and it's not English history.
Right, but a lot of
we're not going to know about it. It was all suppressed.
Right, a lot of new people, Jeffrey, just don't realize. Even they see now. Okay, they see Smith's Cove and they saw Laird's very great pictures. Right on the ball.
Yes.
Right, nice and point blank, like you guys, like you go on your islands and we see things right from your point of view. Yeah. The show is the show, Jeffrey, is so much drone. I think it's getting kind of droned out. We want things, boots on the ground. We want to see photos on the ground. You know what I mean, Jeffrey? Go ahead.
Oh, exactly, John. And I think, anybody that's interested in the history of the island, of course they want that. Okay. At the end of the day, Phil, and you and I have talked about this before, there's a couple different things going on. There's the current people that are investigating the island. Mm-hmm. Okay. The Laginas are there now, right? The Blankenships and the Nolans before that.
Right.
The Dunfields before that.
Right.
We get 200 years of explorers. So you've got the explorers. And don't forget, Hollywood never got involved in this till almost 10 full years after the Laginas had the island. I forget the exact timeline, but it was quite a while. And at first they didn't want anything to do with it.
Right.
But, now 7-8 years later, times have changed, right?
Right.
So, the show is a Hollywood production for the United States of America. Okay? It's American television. They have a format that, as much as some of us disagree with or agree with, has worked for them. TV is all about ratings, right?
God.
You know what I mean? That's all it is ratings. As long as Curse of Oak Island comes right in behind Big Bang Theory reruns, it's always going to be there because of the rating, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? The number one nonfiction cable show, I don't know how many years running now, right?
Right.
So they're not going to play with the ratings too awful much as long as the ratings stay the same, and they keep getting bigger audience every year too.
Well, they lost a lot of people last week when they hyped this little gold piece that they hyped from the premiere of the season. And that little gold piece, I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you're up to date.
Yeah.
I pumped that to my members because I only go from members information that I see on YouTube that's public. I felt I felt like a fool pumping that when they could have said, well, it's just a doorknob or it's just a decorative piece and be off with it. But to stretch it out that far, I understand the TV part, but Jeffrey, I had to have a double. I had to have
frustrated, Johnny.
I had to have a double Woodford second oak.
Yeah.
I had to double up on that, my man, because I didn't think that was too fair of them doing that.
Yeah. Well, and I hear you, but you also got to remember it's a COVID year. Okay.
Right.
What they could accomplish this year versus any other year is totally different, right? So, what's the old expression? Make a sandwich out of what? You know what I mean? I forget. But anyway, I think they did the best with what they had to work with this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I tell my group. I says we'll give them a pass this year. And we'll, wait till the vaccine starts taking effect when they can get that distributed. And we'll give them a pass. But I mean, we'll give them a pass. But Jesus, I mean, when it goes on the editor floor and the producers, I'm wondering about. You were a cast member. You are a cast member. Do you get embarrassed by something when that happens like that, or no? You just let it go. Well, it's TV.
Well, I mean, it is TV. I mean, way back in the day, when, again, you and I have talked about it. I mean, I got 8 minutes or 7 minutes and 45 seconds. I was competing with divers that night, if I think, on my show, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? You give them enough information, you give them enough data, and the only thing they show is, 8 minutes of fluff.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
There is no, there was no justification for any of my research that night. You know what I mean? There was no meat and potatoes of what I presented to them. All he showed was a few little snippets. And so, yes, it's not embarrassing. It's more frustrating. I mean, you'd be embarrassed if you didn't present the proof, right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you got called out for it. That would be embarrassing. But when it's out of your control, like I know I presented a very logical argument, and I've done so on my own page, right? You know what I mean? I mean, I get clearance after a while to be able to tell the full story.
Right.
And I've shown it. You know, it's been long gone forgotten. But, you know, I may do a retake. You know, I may do a new show, my own. You know what I mean? And depending on tonight, I'll see what comes out tonight. I'm anxious to see whether it's just talk or whether the thing is actually dated. I mean, any physical evidence dating to that time period helps me with my theory, right?
But
I have to like the theory. There's a lot of facts that the people don't know that I know.
Right.
And, you know, come on your show and tell everybody some night. You know what I mean?
I hear you. So, but what I said on your comment is when I blew up the presentation paper that was in the war room, of course, it came out a little blurry. It said 64% that it would have been from 1492-18. I couldn't read the next digit in a 2. Right. So it's in between those years. Could it be on the other end? Could it be on the 1800 end? Could it be on the 1492 end? I have no idea, Jeffrey.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the part is, you know, with all those, you know, tests, they have a big range, you know, but, you know, what sounds better? Oh, 1492, right? Well, hey, I like the sound of it. Why wouldn't I like the sound of it? Does it mean that it came from 1492? Well, it's possible, but it could also come from 1555 or 1650 or 17. Like, you know, that's the only problem with the technology. So I'm anxious to see what they're going to say tonight.
Right. You know, like like the cast members, they have like their trigger. I'm cracking up, Jeffrey. After doing this for 8 years, I'm just cracking up. I said, some of you guys have the trigger words. And John, what are you talking about? Trigger words? Well, they got to say, they can't say wrench. They got to say like a tool. They can't say, they got to say the word treasure. They got to say the word shaft, gold, Templar. Because they can't say, I picked up this, it looks like an old wrench off a Jeep that went by in an old backhoe bolt. No, this might look like.
I know. I know, but again, you know, that's the TV part of it, right?
Yeah.
And you know, at the end of the day, you know, and I've said this to a lot of people, you know, for us Canadians, okay,
right?
You know, it brings people up to see us.
You got that right.
It is a great big billboard. You know what I mean? Eastern Canada is not rich.
Right.
You know, it's not New York City. It's not standalone, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, for us, there's benefit to it. And it's fun. It's, at the end of the day, as frustrating as it is, and we all understand that, believe me, it's fun. You know, we could be bitching about something else. And I get a kick out of the, you know, the negative Nellies on there that just, you know, totally, it doesn't matter what shows up on the show. There's always comments that are just totally unproductive, right?
Right.
You're just like, well, go watch the Kardashians. There's the million shows on TV, and I'm stuck in a hotel tonight, and all I've got's cable, right? So I get nothing. I get nothing on here, okay? The best show on this TV thing is the Walton reruns, okay?
Unbelievable.
But even on those off normal channels, the quality of television on there is just, oh my God, it's terrible. Like the stuff that's showing up on TV.
Right. Well,
So at least this is a real story. It's a real story.
right.
The mystery is real. The search for the answers are real.
Yep.
Yeah, you've got to have your buzzwords, your kill words, your treasure, your Templars, because that spells television. So without television, you wouldn't be involved.
Right.
And that's the thing. For as much as people like to complain, you got to remember, well, if you complain too much, the ratings will drop, and then there won't be a show, and then
They'll go
you'll
private.
be wondering what happened. You've dedicated 8 years of your life to following a damn mystery, and then you're never going to know what happens until somebody writes a book that could be full of crap.
But I'm saying I've heard through the grapevine. This was about 6 months ago, and I'm going to give the members a little tidbit of this. I usually don't say things like this there until I know facts. But there is a 3-year contract coming up from history to the Laginas. So we're hoping that Rick and Marty and the Oak Island Tours, who are Rick and Marty, Oak Island Tours.ca, will work this over. I don't know if they want to go another 3 years with a contract, and if it doesn't, I'm pretty sure Rick and Marty will still be digging on the island, and I wish they would use me for an outlet, but they got their own Facebook page, so they won't give me information because Oak Island Tours got their own page to have their own outlet if they do go private to give us a snippet or have like a 2-hour premiere if it's private. You know what I mean? Not a weekly, every Tuesday night type of deal. So that was going in the works. Yeah. And I just wanted to put that out there that, there are always negotiations going on. There's always contracts going on. And I just hope that they get something ironed out and continue, because they got a lot of big things coming. They want to do the big dig if they get it down cost-wise. Yes. They want to put a cofferdam into the swamp, and they just dug out the whole swamp. So they want to go deeper into that bottom part of the swamp to what? To find a tunnel. Otherwise, they wouldn't put a cofferdam in the middle of the muddy swamp. What do you think, Jeff?
Well, and I agree. You're not going to, like, the entire Smith Cove thing, the basis for that was to verify all the old information.
Right.
I mean, it was good TV, but that was costly TV.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? Now, because, Irving doesn't do that stuff for free, okay? Irving doesn't supply the equipment free of charge just to have their name on television, because quite frankly, they don't need their name on television.
Correct.
In fact, as people go, they're just the opposite. They don't like their having their name on television. So, it was quite funny to see the Irving equipment on there. But they're also the largest supplier in the Maritimes of heavy equipment. So it's understandable, and they've got the technology for that. But that stuff's not free. So, the Smith Cove operation was to verify a lot of things, and they discovered a lot of things that hadn't been discovered. The swamp, I don't think that swamp has ever been torn apart. So there's a lot of new stuff coming out of there.
Right.
So that is new. There's some stuff that Tom Nolan found, or Fred Nolan found, that Tom has told them about. But at the same time, there's still an awful lot of new discoveries in the swamp.
Right. Jeffrey, we got a lot of members saying hello, Jeff. I just want to recognize them. They're all saying hello to you. Where the hell you been?
Well,
a lot of highs, and I just want to recognize them that you're still well liked in my group. No problem.
Hey, listen, I enjoy the group. I follow the group. My daughter's now in grade 11, and I'm busy, keeping her, on the straight and narrow, as you call it.
Right.
So life has just been busy.
Yep.
This whole COVID thing has changed things so dramatically.
Yep.
And I've got a day job, right?
Right.
I'm not retired. I don't have the luxury of just going out, digging every day of life and hoping one day that I hit a treasure chest full of real gold. So, there's work, and I do specialized work. So I'm fairly I'm fairly busy.
I hear you.
But I do follow the group. I follow the show. I might not jump in with comments all the time, but I definitely wanted to say hi tonight, and I'm not as anxious to see what happens tonight as anybody else.
I got a question. My last question for you, Jeffrey. Then we'll.
Sure.
I was a surveyor, as you know. I was brought up and taught civil engineering. That's what I went to school for.
Right.
We got Fred Nolan that plotted every leaf, every rock, every piece of ground on the whole Oak Island, even Lot 5, that's private. He was hired to survey that whole island.
Yes.
Now, in 2020, they find the so-called, which we know it's not anymore, serpent mound. It's 130 feet long, like a snake, and about 8 foot high. I'm a surveyor.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Somewhere on Fred Nolan's map, that mound was plotted. If it wasn't plotted, it was put in after Fred Nolan plotted his map, or it was plotted before Fred Nolan plotted his map, just to try to get a date on how this mound, I'm calling it's not even a serpent mound, how this mound that they say that it spoils from another area of the island, just to put a date on it. So if they got a map, say, of 1969, it's not on the map. Well, that means it was.
I mean, I just have to. Go ahead, John.
If it was done in 1969 and it wasn't plotted on the map, that means from 1970 on, somebody dumped it there, obviously, just to try to get a date. What do you think, Jeffrey?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just depends on whether it is on his map and how it's recorded on his map. The theory, that it was a serpent mound, I mean, I was a little wishy-washy with that.
So was I.
Only because, when you see the old photographs, that whole end of the island has been treeless at one point in time in the last 50 years, right?
Yep.
So what made the most sense was, spoils,
right?
From the excavation, whether it was Dunfield, which most likely was Dunfield because they did the most displacement of soil.
Right. They found the same spike at the serpent mound that was in the money pit spoils at the money pit.
Right.
That's what they're trying to connect.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, it to me, right out of the gate, it was 100% spoils. That made the most sense.
Yep.
Now, again, how Fred recorded it, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He might have walked right by and wasn't even looking at it and caring because he probably already knew it was spoils. Did he record it on his maps as spoils? Well, unless you had the maps in your hand, you wouldn't know, right?
Right.
So, again, it all depends on how Fred wanted to document it. I'm sure he saw it.
Right.
Did he see it as special? Probably not.
Right.
Because I'm sure there's all kinds of areas that have spoils. Because when you look at the damage that, Dunfield did, it was massive. His operation was massive.
Oh, my God, I know, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was a crater. I mean, that was literally a crater. So all that stuff had to go somewhere, and all the big stuff, too. So, and I've always said, in my mind, Dunfield was there to cover up. So anything that had any value, and I don't mean historical value, but just any value at all as far as shafts and this and that, I think he got rid of it. And just, who knows? That whole ridge was probably a lot higher than what it is now.
Yeah, I always think about the causeway. You got the island in the middle of nowhere, and there's no causeway. Where did all the dirt come from the causeway? I don't remember seeing big dump trucks just keep on dumping from the mainland all the way across. Do you know anything about that, Jeffrey?
Well, yeah, I mean, that was Dunfield, right?
Right.
Because he had to build that to put in the heavy excavator. So it didn't come from the island because he couldn't get a crane over there.
Right.
So that came after the causeway. So that was probably just from local pits.
Just from
You know what I
local
mean?
pits from the mainland, just going across.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. And underneath that causeway, most of that would be rock anyway, because and then they would put fill in between, right? Just like that causeway is no different than a breakwater,
Right.
and they've been building breakwaters for 150 years probably.
I hear you. I hear you, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for stopping in. This is what I like. I like Spinazzi just coming in on the spot, come in, boom, boom, give a call, come on video. This is what I like. I don't really like scheduled things for some reason. Maybe it's my old age. I just fly with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it always works for us, John, and I'll be looking forward. I'll do another show sometime with you gladly, and look forward to seeing what's going on tonight.
Okay, I'll keep you posted, and thank you so much, Jeffrey, for coming on. Members, we thank you to you, Jeffrey, and have a good night, and we'll keep you posted, Jeffrey. Thank you so much.
All right, buddy.
Okay, bye-bye.
And I just want to say to all the members, thank you very much for supporting John. It's a great show, and we look forward to seeing everybody again.
Okay.
Bye for now.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Hello, guys. Oh, my God. What do you think of that? Full of surprises here. Full of surprises. Jeffrey Irving, he was on, what was it, season 4 with his Christopher Columbus theory that the Ark of the Covenant was brought over to the Oak Island site. These Tuesdays are lit. These Tuesdays get me so hyped up. It's unbelievable. You know what I mean, Renee? Did he come across okay and clear? I'll have to see it later on tonight after the show. He was coming in loud and clear through my headphones. I hope you guys understood everything he was saying. Well, it's 8:15. I got to get going here. And so we're going to button it up. No, he doesn't, Nancy. He does not own Irving Construction, though. We thank him for popping on. Enjoy the show tonight. And remember, guys, what's my saying? Always go forward. You may get a setback, but what? You'll always go forward no matter what's happening in your life. No matter what. You have a dream, no matter how old you are, go for it. Just go for it. Life is too short. Be positive. Be mentally strong. If you feel that you need help in any area somehow, there's a lot of help out there to get help. Reach out and get help. Because life is too short. Enjoy yourself. I want to thank you for being a member on my group and the people in the YouTube. I'll see you Saturday night at 7 o'clock. And Jody will have her synopsis of the show tonight. Tonight's a very busy night for me and Jody. And Judy. And I'm going blank here. My brain's going blank for some reason. And like I said, we'll see you Saturday night. We'll do the 1939 chapter. I'll put you to sleep. We'll talk about how they knew about the road in 1795. And we'll play a couple of questions on the QQQ, the Quest quiz questions. Get some points. Get 5,000 points. Win a free Quest of Oak Island membership mug. All right, guys. Enjoy the show tonight. We'll be talking about it shortly. Thank you. Take care.